The project main aspects are the following: project built on joint research and innovation activities, project implemented through the secondment of staff, and staff members seconded for a period of 1 to 12 months, and no minimum size explicitly defined for the project. Maximum project duration is 4 years. All right. Okay. So for more information, I guess we hope we will be sending to you these links. You have Marie Curie Action website, the Alumni Association, the participant portal, and the Euraxis portal. All right. Let me turn you now to the frontier science with the European Research Council. Okay. Its mission is to raise the level of dynamism and creativity of the whole European research system by supporting the emergence of research leaders, improving the career prospects of early-stage researchers, and providing a benchmark for all Europe's national research authorities and individual institutions. It has actually these schemes: starting grants, consolidating grants, advanced grants, proof of concept, and synergy grants. These are the domains of science. I think you'll be interested in this. Life sciences, physical sciences and engineering, social sciences, and humanities. Some of the achievements: okay, after more than 10 years, a success story of the Marie Curie, over 9,000 top research funded since the ERC's creation in 2007, over 60,000 researchers sent and other professionals employed in ERC research teams, 13 billion euros budget for 2014 to 2020 under Horizon 20. I think right now it has gone up. And over 100,000 articles from ERC projects published in prestigious scientific journals, 770 research institutions hosting ERC agencies. Okay, these are your highlights. Highest prizes to ERC grantees. We have been reaping Nobel Prizes in chemistry in 2016, the Nobel Prize in economics in 2014, and many others. So these are the opportunities outside the system. Additional startup funding for scientists moving to Europe. Or less, you're providing you 500,000 euros for starting, 750,000 euros for consolidator, and 1 million for advanced grantees. Grantee can keep affiliation with home institute outside Europe. Significant part of work time in Europe, at least 50%. Team members can be based outside of Europe, and grantee can move within Europe with a grant. So this information should be valuable to you for the European Research Council. So we'll be happy to share with you all of these links. And hopefully, if you find time, you get in touch with Dr. Jenny Elmaco. She's our regional coordinator for Euraxis and for Marie Curie Europe. All right. If you have some questions, I'm happy to tell you that we have here a Marie Curie recipient, Dr. Terence, and he will be providing you more, insights on what he experienced with Marie Curie. Earlier, he was a recipient of the Erasmus Mundus.
Thank you, Doc. So do you have any questions? Maybe I can just add. So I know that some of you are really young and you would like to do firstly with masters. So the information here hopefully will inspire you to pursue as well PhD or postdoctoral. So for example, with my PhD, I was funded by the Marie Curie. It's around 3,000 euros per month, and it was for 3 years. But then I finished my PhD for 5 years, so there are 2 years that were able to, I sourced out the funds through my support from our department where I did my studies, and I was also working at the same time in some company. I think you can hear me, right? And so that's how I supported my PhD, even though my scholarship ended. So your supervisor will try to source out funds for you as well, depending if he is or she is supportive to you. So any questions? Any questions? Hello? Yes?
Yeah, what examples of projects do you usually fund?
for the Marie Curie. So actually, they are going to, they are really specific. For example, with my program, it's about comparative insect chronobiology. So it's studying the circadian clock of insects from fruit flies to parasitoids like bees. So I was working with the brains of insect fruit flies, and I tried to dissect and check how their circadian, the molecular mechanism of their circadian clock in their brains of fruit flies. So it's going really, really specific. Some of them were working with like molecular mechanisms that govern, for example, changing the sex of a plant to from female to male. So you can use, for example, you have experience in molecular biology, then you can you can be qualified as well, as long as you have the experience of the general, um, let's say, general skill that would fit to the program. So you don't need to be like you have experience in that kind of field. So, any more? I hope I answered your question, ma'am. Any more? I guess so.
Yeah, I'm actually interested in the fellowship program.
Yes.
So obviously, I'm interested about it. So what's the starting process? How could we get into that?
So I would suggest for you to look in the Euraxis website, or Euraxis, how do you pronounce that? And you have keywords there that you can input, like for example, insect biology or plant DNA or something, anything that you would like to do, or that research topic you would like to do. And in this, they will filter based also with the country and with the research profile. I would suggest to write R1 so that you will not get offers like tenure position. So you have to filter things, and I hope that it will show the programs that might be available depending on the search, like keywords you have given. Yes.
Yeah, so just a follow-up question.
Yes.
It says there actually the requirement is like 8 years. So that means that you have to be part of the research department in, like, say, in university to be qualified on that.
Okay, so maybe let me clarify, that was not that was for postdoctoral. So if you would like to do maybe first PhD, I was not required to have these years of experience as long as I have the skills. So for example, I was not even required to have publication to apply for the PhD. But for the postdoctoral, you need 8 years of experience.
As a researcher.
Yes, or after your PhD. That's after your PhD.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Regardless if you are just after the PhD.
Yes,
And
yes.
then you count that 8 years.
Yes.
And then if you had like publication within that period as well, so that's count as 8 years.
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Yes. Any more questions? More questions? Yes, ma'am.
How about sandwich programs? Do you
I think there are actually sandwich programs, but I'm not really familiar with this program. I think it's more with partners from Asia or Europe, I think, that is applicable for the sandwich program. And I remember that I think you have to go to DOST, for example, or to the embassy where you would like to do the study, let's say. And in the embassy, they can give you some scholarships, and one of them could be the sandwich program. I think I have also even colleague in the Balik Sciences program that he's trying to connect Norway and Philippines through the sandwich program. So I would also suggest to check the embassy if you would like to engage in this program. For the so EHEF it's not exclusive, by the way, with Marie Curie programs. There are also PhD programs that will be advertised as well, connected to the search, the words or the topic you would like to find, for example. So I have colleagues that they have even PhD programs under the European Research Council, like the one that was presented at the end of the presentation of Doc Cells. So there are many. Actually, you don't need to restrain yourself in the Marie Curie projects. One last question. Are you? Doc, nice to meet you po.